Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Faces Strategist and welcome back to Sims 2. This time we're taking a look at the music career track, all of the career choices, how much money you'll be making, the skill requirements, etc. Now let's talk about the career reward. It is this giant ass guitar with these giant ass speakers. Now basically it's unlocked at level 6 and it will boost your creativity by 600%. No, not 600%, 400%, my bad. Yeah, 400%. It is the best one for creativity by far. Now let's get into it. The first one is a record store clerk. You're free on Sundays and Wednesdays. You will need mechanical, creative, charisma and friends in order to advance. And for the first one you'll be making 675 simoleons per week. Next up is piano tuner. You're free on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You won't need anything in order to advance. 930 simoleons per week. Next up is a coffee shop sound engineer. You're free on Fridays and Tuesdays. You will need one mechanical and one friend in order to advance, and you'll be making 1115 per week. Next up is the summer camp music teacher. You're free on Sundays and Saturdays. You will need 2 mechanical, 1 creativity and 1 charisma and 2 friends in order to advance. And you'll be making 1675 simoleons per week. Next up is the battle of the bands judge. You're free Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You will need 3 mechanical, 2 creative, 3 charisma and 4 friends in order to advance, and you'll be making 1808 simoleons per week. Next up is the roadie. You're free on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You'll be making 2675 simoleons per week. And you will need 5 mechanical, 2 creativity, 3 charisma and 5 friends in order to advance. Next up is the studio musician. You will be making 5150 simoleons per week. You're free on Mondays and Thursdays. You will need 6 mechanical, 4 creativity, 4 charisma and 7 friends in order to advance. Next up is the concert pianist. You'll be making 5850 simoleons per week. You are free Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You will need 7 mechanical, 5 creativity, 5 charisma and 8 friends in order to advance. Next one is the symphony conductor. You'll be making 8400 simoleons per week. You are free Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You will need 7 mechanical, 7 creativity, 6 charisma and 9 friends in order to advance. The last one is called Rock God. You are free on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You will need 7 mechanical, 9 creativity, 8 charisma and 11 friends in order to get to the very top. And you'll be making 11,320 simoleons per week. Now let's get into the chance cards. For the first one, the record store clerk, you have 2 options. The first one is to sell the album, the other one is to recommend something else. If you sell the album, there's a 25% chance of you getting fired, and a 75% chance of you gaining 185 simoleons. If you recommend something else, there's a 24% chance that you gain 1 charisma points and a 75% chance of you getting fired. My recommendation would be to skip. Next up, for the piano tuner, you have 2 options. The first one is to tune the piano. The other one is to decline the job. Now, if you tune the piano, there's a 75% chance of you getting fired and a 25% chance of you getting promoted. If you decline the job, there's a 75% chance of you gaining +1 logic point and a 25% chance of you getting demoted. My recommendation would be just to skip that one entirely. Okay, for the coffee shop sound engineer, you have 2 options. The first one is to buy a new amp. The other one is to look the other way. If you buy a new amp, there's an 85% chance that you'll get promoted and a 40% chance that you'll lose 850 simoleons. If you look the other way, there's a 40% chance that you'll gain 1 creativity point and an 85% chance of you getting fired. My recommendation would be to buy a new amp. Now for the summer camp music teacher, you have 2 options. The first one is Don't Step on My S'more, the other one Bunks Are for Skunks. If you go for the don't step on my s'more, there's a 20% chance of you gaining 1 charisma point and 80% chance of you getting fired. If you go for the option bunks are for skunks, there's an 80% chance that you'll get promoted and a 20% chance that you'll get fired. Bunks are for skunks is a good option if you feel like gambling. The next up is the Battle of the Bands Judge. You have two options. The first one is the green rhinos, and the other option will cover in just a bit. But for the green rhinos, there's a 25% chance that you'll get 2000 civilians and a 75% chance that you'll lose 1 charisma point. And I recommend going for that one because the other one you have the macho rockers with a 75% chance of getting promoted and a 25% chance of getting fired. Now for the roadie, you have two options. The first one is to climb into the rafters. The other one is to interrupt the concert. If you climb into the rafters, there's a 25% chance that you'll get demoted and a 75% chance of getting +1 mechanical point. If you interrupt the concert, there's a 75% chance that you'll lose 6,500 civilians and a 24% chance of gaining 8,600 civilians. I recommend skipping this one. Next up is the studio musician. You have two options. The first one is Fierce Scars, the other one is Gato's Fury. If you go for the Fierce Scars, there's a 25% chance that you get promoted to a concert pianist and a 75% chance of losing 2 creativity points. On the other hand, Gato's Fury has a 75% chance of getting you 15,000 civilians and a 25% chance of losing 2 logic points. I recommend going for Gato's Fury. Now for the next one, which is the concert pianist, you have two options as well. The first one is to alter the music, the other one is to play nice. If you alter the music, there's a 45% chance of getting 2 creativity points and a 55% chance of losing 2 creativity points. If you play nice, there's a 55% chance that you get 32,000 civilians and a 45% chance of getting fired. My recommendation would be to skip it. Now for the symphony conductor, you have two options. The first one is a crescendo, the other one is fortissimo. If you go for the crescendo option, there's a 55% chance of getting 2 creativity points and 45% chance of getting demoted. For a fortissimo, you have 45% chance of getting promoted and 55% chance of losing 18,000 civilians. My recommendation would be just to skip that one. Now for rock god, you have two options. The first one is stage dive, the other one is killer solo. If you go for the stage dive, there's a 35% chance of getting 48,000 civilians and 65% chance to get demoted by quite a bit. If you go for the killer solo, there's a 65% chance of getting 36,000 civilians and a 35% chance of getting fired. If you feel like gambling, go for the killer solo. And that'll be it for this one.